If you liked these TV shows or movies, then check out these books. Our drink for today matches my outfit, of course. It is the Sparkling Ice Classic Lemonade. Wow. I've been getting into these lately and I really like them. If you're a book girly, you may also be a TV girly. I am a bit of both. I love continuously having a show to watch while also having a book that I'm reading. Here are some recommendations for books if you liked these movies or TV shows. I have a lot of horror and thrillers, a little bit of sci-fi and dystopian mixed in here, but that's kind of the genre for today. My first recommendation, if you liked American Horror Story, specifically the hotel season, then you are going to want to check out Nestlings by Nat Cassidy. Both take place at hotels. I can't remember where AHS is taking place. Nestlings takes place in New York City. A family who just went through a traumatic incident goes and lives at this hotel. The hotel is absolutely gorgeous and it might be too good to be true because things start to go a little bit strange and everyone is not who they seem to be. The Haunting of Hill House. If you like that series, specifically season 1, here are 3 book recommendations that you may love. The first one is Theme Music by T. Marie Vanderlee. This one's very eerie, has a lot of ghosts, and is definitely going to scare you. It's about a woman who has survived a very tragic event when she was a baby. Her father unalived her whole family and she was the only survivor. When she's older, she decides to move back into the house and things start to get wild from there. The second recommendation I have for Haunting of Hill House is called Diavola by Jennifer Thorne. This one actually gives a little bit Haunting of Hill House, a little bit White Lotus. It's about a family who goes on vacation in Italy and they're staying at this gorgeous villa. Of course, it's haunted. The main character experiences the haunting of the ghosts that are there while also dealing with her family that drives her absolutely insane. The last one I have for Haunting of Hill House is called Home After Dark by Riley Sager. Very similar to Haunting of Hill House, so if you like that first season, that one's gonna be the most reminiscent of that show. It's about a woman who goes back to the house where she grew up and her family had made a profit on it being haunted. She doesn't really believe in that, so it kind of goes back and forth between real and paranormal. There's a big twist at the end and I rated this one 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. Next up is for a movie. This movie is called Arrival. It's one of my favorite movies of all time and it has to do with aliens. Now the 2 books I have, if you liked Arrival, the first one I have a hard copy for, it is Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. He is the author that wrote The Martian, if you have seen that movie or read that book. This is one of my favorite books ever. I absolutely adore it. It's going to be a movie. I think it's starring Ryan Gosling. I can't remember what year, if it's coming out this year or next year. I adore the characters in this story and it's just like has a special place in my heart. It's about a near distant future and the sun is fading. So they have a team of researchers go up on a mission into space to figure out what is happening with the sun. The book starts out with the main character waking up on the ship and realizing he's the only one alive up there and he has no memory of how he got there. I think everybody should read this book. This was a great book club book as well. The other book I recommend that's similar to Arrival is Into the Drowning Deep by Mira Grant. Definitely darker than Project Hail Mary and it's about mermaids. The reason why I included it to be similar to Arrival is that there is also a component of language and communication with other beings, which I find super fascinating because I work in the fields of like communication. I find that super fascinating, but it's a little bit darker. A team of researchers goes out on a boat to find these mermaids that they had heard about, sirens, whatever you want to call them. The mermaids are not too happy about it, so it's definitely a horror. I also recommend this one if you liked the movie, what's that movie with Kristen Stewart? Hold on, let me look it up. The movie's called Underwater. If you like the movie Underwater, definitely check out Into the Drowning Deep. The next one I have is Dexter. I love Dexter. I'm a huge fan. I've watched all the spin-offs and loved them. It's one of my favorites of all time. If you liked Dexter, read They Never Learn by Lane Fargo. I will always recommend this book. I absolutely love it. Kind of a thriller, like a feminine rage book. So it's like the female version of Dexter. She hunts down men who have wronged women and it's really good. Such a fast-paced short read. I read this one in like a day. If you're looking for something really quick and engaging, then check this one out for sure. If you like watching The Bachelor, then check out The Selection by Kiera Cass. You have not read this OG series. It's from so long ago. This is like one of those books that everybody was reading in middle school and high school when I was that age. I actually didn't read this series until after I graduated college and I was working, and I was like, let me just read these books, and I love them. Hey.
Her words were, let's go bother mama.
Oh my gosh.
Daddy!
This book is basically The Bachelor, but dystopian. If you mix the Hunger Games with The Bachelor without the arena fighting part. Sorry. I think there's 3 or 4 books in the original series, and then there's a few spin-offs too. And then my last recommendation, if you like Lifetime movies, they are a guilty pleasure of mine, and I just love their like funny titles. Sometimes they're so bad it's good. Kind of like Frida McFadden books. I've read a few of Frida's books. My favorite is The Housemaid, and that one's gonna be a movie soon too. Wow, maybe I'll do a video on books that are going to be movies, because there's a lot coming up. Let me know if you want that. Frida's books are all popcorn thrillers, a little bit predictable, but they're always an enjoyable ride. This one specifically, I also really liked, and I read this one really fast as well. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know if you would like more of these videos. You have a great week, happy reading, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.